welcome to the deep dive. Sometimes the deepest truths are, well, right there in front of us. Today we're plunging into just one source, Matthew chapter 15, the NIV version. And our mission for you is to maybe pull out some surprising ideas, nuggets about priorities, faith, compassion, what really counts. Okay, so let's dive right in. Matthew 15 kicks off with this really interesting challenge from Jesus, our first surprising bit. What actually defiles someone?
Yeah, it opens right up with the Pharisees and teachers of the law coming to Jesus. And they've got this issue, right? His disciples aren't washing their hands before eating.
Right.
But they stress it's their tradition, not like a direct command from God.
Right, so they're all about the externals, the rituals, but Jesus, he just turns it right back on them, doesn't he? Totally flips the script.
He absolutely does. He asks basically, well, why do you break God's actual command for your tradition?
Yeah.
And he gets specific. He points to the command, honor your father and mother. He calls them out for how they'd say their money or resources were devoted to God.
Oh, right. Corbin.
Yeah. Exactly. Which, conveniently meant they didn't have to use it to help their own parents.
Yeah.
It's sort of a pious excuse to dodge responsibility.
And he doesn't stop there. He brings in Isaiah, right? That quote is pretty intense.
Oh, yeah. He says, these people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. It's a direct hit on just going through the motions.
So performance versus reality.
Precisely. Then Jesus spells it out for the crowd. What goes into someone's mouth doesn't defile them. But what comes out of their mouth, that is what defiles them. He explains it comes from the heart, things like evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, slander.
Wow.
Those are the things that truly make someone unclean, spiritually speaking.
Yeah.
Eating with unwashed hands. He says that doesn't defile you. So the nugget here is this radical idea of purity. It's not about rituals, it's about your heart, your character.
Okay, that's a huge shift. Purity as an inside job. So if defilement comes from the heart, what about faith? Does that also come from a place that breaks normal boundaries?
Well, that leads us perfectly into the next encounter. Jesus is up in the region of Tyre and Sidon, Gentile territory. Yeah. And this Canaanite woman approaches him. She's desperate. Her daughter is demon-possessed.
Jesus' first reaction. It's kind of jarring, isn't it?
It is. He first says, I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel, a clear boundary. Then, even more directly, it is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs.
Whoa. That sounds like a definite no. How does she even respond to that?
Her response is just incredible. She says, yes, it is, Lord. Even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table. Think about the humility, the wit, the sheer persistence.
She doesn't give up. She pushes back, but respectfully.
Exactly. And it works. Jesus is clearly moved. He says, woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted. And instantly, the text says, her daughter was healed. So here's another nugget. Real, persistent faith. It can push past perceived barriers, even initial rejection. It comes from deep conviction.
That faith, that heart-driven priority. It connects back to the first point, doesn't it? It's not about rules, but the heart's cry. And then we see this incredible outflow of compassion immediately after.
We do. It's like the one thing flows into the next. Jesus heals loads of people, the lame, blind, crippled, mute. Just widespread restoration. And then there's this huge crowd. They've been with him for 3 days out in the middle of nowhere, and they're out of food.
And the disciples are understandably stumped again. Where do we get food out here?
Right. They see the problem, the limitation. Where can we get enough bread in this remote place to feed such a crowd?
Right. But Jesus focuses on what they do have. He just asks, how many loaves do you have?
Just straightforward. Yeah. They answer, 7 and a few small fish. Not much for thousands of people. But he takes it, gives thanks, breaks it, and they distribute it. And the result, they feed 4,000 men plus women and children. And they gather 7 basketfuls of leftovers.
Leftovers? From just 7 loaves and a few fish. That's amazing.
It's a picture of incredible compassion leading to abundance, completely overcoming the apparent lack.
So, wrapping this up for you, what can you take from this deep dive into just one chapter, Matthew 15?
Well, first, we saw purity radically redefined. It's not about outward stuff, like washing hands. It's about what's in your heart. Then we saw the surprising power of faith, like that Canaanite woman's persistent, boundary-breaking faith. And finally, this picture of immense compassion that leads to overflowing abundance, even when things look impossible.
Yeah, it really challenges us, doesn't it? To look past the surface, past the rules, past what seems like limitations.
And to ask instead, what's truly coming from the heart? What really matters deep down? Something profound for you to think about.